William Shakespeare was one of the greatest writers in the English language and is widely regarded as the world's most influential playwright. He was born in April 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, a small market town in England. His father, John Shakespeare, was a glove maker and a local official, while his mother, Mary Arden, came from a well-off farming family. Shakespeare likely attended the local grammar school, where he studied Latin, literature, and classical authors. However, there are no official records of his education. At the age of 18, he married Anne Hathaway, who was 8 years older than him. The couple had 3 children, Susanna and twins Hamlet and Judith. There is a period in Shakespeare's life known as the Lost Years, around 1585-1592, where little information is available about what he did. By 1592, he had become a known actor and playwright in London. He joined a famous acting company called the Lord Chamberlain's Men, which later became the King's Men under the reign of King James I. Shakespeare wrote 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and several poems during his career. His works are generally divided into 3 main categories: tragedies, comedies, and histories. Some of his most famous tragedies include Hamlet, Macbeth, and Othello, which explore deep themes like ambition, jealousy, and revenge. His comedies, such as A Midsummer Night's Dream and Twelfth Night, are known for their humor, romance, and mistaken identities. His historical plays, like Henry III and Richard III, are based on English kings and events. One of the key reasons for Shakespeare's success was his ability to understand human nature. His characters feel real and relatable even today. For example, Hamlet struggles with indecision, while Macbeth is driven by ambition. These universal themes make his works timeless. Shakespeare was also a shareholder in the famous Globe Theatre, where many of his plays were performed. The theatre became one of the most important cultural centers in London during that time. In his later years, Shakespeare returned to Stratford-upon-Avon, where he lived a comfortable life. He died on April 23, 1616, at the age of 52. Although he died over 400 years ago, his legacy lives on. His works have been translated into many languages and are still performed all over the world. Today, William Shakespeare is remembered as a literary genius whose writings have shaped modern literature, theater, and even the English language itself. His influence can be seen in everyday expressions and storytelling techniques. He remains a symbol of creativity and artistic excellence, and his works continue to inspire millions of people around the globe. After becoming successful in London, William Shakespeare continued to grow both as a writer and a businessman. He was not only famous for his plays, but also earned good money from his work. He invested in property and bought a large house called New Place in Stratford-upon-Avon, showing that he had become quite wealthy. During the late 1590s and early 1600s, Shakespeare reached the peak of his career. His writing became deeper and more powerful. This period is often called his tragic phase, because he wrote many of his greatest tragedies during this time. Plays like King Lear, Hamlet, and Macbeth showed his deep understanding of human emotions such as fear, guilt, madness, and betrayal. These plays were not just entertainment, but also explored serious philosophical ideas about life and human nature. Shakespeare also helped in building and managing the famous Globe Theatre. This theatre became the center of drama in London, where many of his plays were performed in front of large audiences. People from all classes, including common citizens and nobles, came to watch his plays. This made him even more popular. In addition to tragedies, Shakespeare continued writing comedies and later romances. His later plays, such as The Tempest, Cymbeline, and The Winter's Tale, are often called romances because they combine elements of both tragedy and comedy. These plays focus on themes like forgiveness, redemption, and the power of love. Another important part of Shakespeare's work is his language. He had a huge influence on the English language and is credited with introducing many new words and phrases. Expressions like break the ice, wild goose chase, and heart of gold are believed to have been popularized by him. His creative use of language made his writing unique and memorable. Around 1610, Shakespeare began to retire from the theater and return to his hometown. He spent his final years living peacefully with his family. Even after leaving London, his plays continued to be performed and admired by audiences. Shakespeare wrote a will before his death, in which he left most of his property to his daughter Susanna. He also famously left his second-best bed to his wife, Anne Hathaway, which has been a topic of discussion among historians. He died on April 23, 1616, the same date as his birthday, according to tradition. After his death, his friends and fellow actors collected his plays and published them in a book called The First Folio in 1623. This helped preserve his work for future generations. Today, Shakespeare's legacy is stronger than ever. His plays are studied in schools, performed in theaters, and adapted into movies around the world. His ability to capture human emotions and tell powerful stories makes him timeless. Even in modern times, his works remain relevant, proving that great literature never fades.